Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. To my previous subscribers, welcome back to the channel. So for today's video, we're going to be talking about, did they get away with it? Did they really get away with it? That's what we're going to ask in today's video. I just got done with a previous video, which I highly recommend you go and watch. I don't know if it's up just yet, but I believe it is. It talks about choosing happiness, choosing love, and most importantly, choosing you. It was a blind reading. My spirit guides told me I had to get up and record this video and the other video, and that one ended up being a mystery video. And it was so positive, so beautiful. I definitely think that if you're feeling sad, you're feeling upset, you're feeling down, you feel under the weather, under the radar, you're not sure how you feel about the Trump administration, give it a watch. I really do. I think that some of you guys, we forget to choose us. We forget to choose happiness. We forget to choose love. And I know that it's really hard to do so. But I think it's very important for us to have that as a reminder that we are in control, not them. So, that being said, this video is going to be talking about now, did they really get away with it? That's really what we're going to be talking about. Now, this video in particular is being recorded on Saturday, January 18th at 2:06 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, it is being recorded at midnight. Despite my back killing me, this is being recorded at midnight, per usual. Now, we're going to do the whole reading and see what happens. If you have not already, go into the description below, follow my Blue Sky account, follow my Facebook group, and you'll be notified by me when I upload next, and I'll also post some second challenge, a little sneak peeks, sometimes occasionally on those pages, so definitely go and follow if you have not already. Also, if you can do this for me, that's really greatly appreciated. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. The more you engage with the comment section, but the more you engage with the content, whether you're watching this video for longer, you'll be telling the algorithm, hey, I like this video. So show me more. Show me more of all other tarot card readers. Show me this tarot card reader. Show me the astrology. Show me a whole bunch of things. So engage. That's all you gotta do. Engage. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, comment, and watch this video longer than usual. And you yourself will be in the algorithm. So, without further ado, we're going to begin. I'm not going to waste your time. This video is for entertainment purposes only and for educational purposes only as well. Everything I say in this video is for alleged purposes only. Let's do this. I don't know what's going to come out of this, but we'll see. See what happens. I was actually kind of shocked that a lot of you guys really loved the walking video. I was just walking and started recording. I was out of the blue with that Taco Bell because I had a choice between healthy option or unhealthy option. Taco Bell one, of course. I mean, who can resist Taco Bell? But in my eyes, I was like, okay, if I'm so used to paying something for one price, like a $5 box, it better be a $5 box. And I'm not going in there paying $7 for a Taco Bell box when a couple of years ago I paid $5. But I went in there and there was a $5 box. I bought a $5 box, and I was like, okay, $10 minimum limit. So I started going to the value menu. I just had like three, what do they call it? 3 value meal, the potato tacos. It was so good. But anyway, besides the point, not that you need to know that. The thing is, the moral of the story is, I recorded that video, so if you have not already, go watch the video. It's really good, according to you guys. But I recommend you give it a go. But anyway, besides the point, let's begin. Not going to waste your time. I am going to have to shuffle this because some reason half the cards are actually reversed. Don't know why, but we'll see. Alright, so let me actually ask the card. What is it doing? Alright, so Spirit Angels, tell me. Did the Trump administration get away with it? Did Trump get away with what happened in the election? Did he really get away with it? Give me one card. Yes or no? Okay. Okay, give me more context. Give me more context. Okay, so it's the 6 of Wands, which is the victory card, which means a yes. Because you have the Six of Wands here, him going in. He won the election. He got away with it. I asked that with the question that we were asking. Did he get away with it? We have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of Wands. The Eight of Wands is something being rained down hard, right? Something being thrown. It's interesting that this is both wands here. We're telling you someone is walking to victory and something's being rained down, something being shot down. On the left side here, we have the Devil card. The Devil card is reversed. This is the Trump card. He was not in a position of power. That's why it was the Devil card reversed. On the right side, though, we have the Death card. The Death card means transformation, changes, new leadership possibilities, something along those lines. We have here not walking away, which is the Eight of Cups reversed, and betrayal, which is the Ten of Swords here, which is the top of the card. Donald Trump, he is represented as the King of Pentacles. Even if it's reversed, it's still considered upright in this aspect. What is the bottom of the card? We have the Fool card. He didn't quite walk over the cliff just yet. And here we have it, the Four of Cups. So, with that being said, now that we asked the cards, did he get away with it? With the 2024 election, we're going to ask, did he get away with it forever? That's a whole other question in itself. Did he get away with it forever? Because he could say, oh yeah, the cards could say, oh yeah, he got away with it. Because he's going to be inaugurated, he's going to be president. But will he get away with it as president? Will he still get away with it when he's currently in the White House? So that's what we're going to ask. It's like two different questions. So I think the second one that he asked is, will he get away with it as president? That's an entirely different question. I think we're going to ask that. I think that's going to be something that's really interesting to see what the cards have to say about that. So let's take a look. I'm going to pull this down a little bit more for you guys so you can actually see. Okay, spiritual angels tell me, did Donald Trump, the 45th president, the failing president, will he get away with what happened with the 2024 election when he is president of the United States? Will he get away with it? Did he truly get away with it? Because it's not that you just told me with the Six of Wands upright, saying that yes, he did get away with it. But will he get away with it when he's president, is what I'm asking. Okay, so you have the Page of Wands sideways, we have the Ace of Cups going two different directions. Okay. Did Donald Trump get away with that? Oh, look at that. Did Donald Trump get away with that? Did Donald Trump get away with that even as president of the United States? When he is president of the United States, will Donald Trump still get away with that? What's the bottom of the card? We have Temperance. This is like a yes card in essence. So right here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of Wands reversed. It's a yes. Oh, it's not a yes card. It's a pushback card. It's not reverse. It's a no. So did he get away with it? Yeah, he did. Because it's a yes in hindsight because there's no pushback. Why is this important? Because remember, when we're contacting what we're asking, remember when I always say this, tarot cards are never wrong. Never. It's the context in the question which you ask. Right? The reason why some of these tarot card readers got it wrong about the election, I myself included, because I asked, and they put Harris against Trump. I pinned them both together, and it was going to be Harris' victory. But it was very wonky, it was very murky, it was very hard to tell. It kept changing almost every day, and very weird. Like you couldn't really know who the winner was going to really be. But when I did it years ago, it said clear as day it was going to be Trump. But the dynamic had since then changed. But yet it still was Trump in the end, right? And so why is this important? Because the context in which you ask who's going to be the next president, it was going to be Trump. But if you ask who was going to become president one day, well, become president, the word become is the key word, which means will be Harris, because Harris will become president. Trump is already president. He was a former president. Therefore, he cannot become what he already was. if that makes any sense. So that's why the cards were very confused about answering that question, because Trump was a former president. So that's important in terms of his context. Now, going back to the reading here, what we talked about in hindsight, will Trump get away with it during his term as president? We have the election card, which is the crowning of the reading here, which is this card right here. This is the 10 of Cups. It is going in the left direction. This is to the past. That's why any card going this way, towards the event, is going towards the past. Anything going the opposite way of the event is going towards the future. Right? So the election is in the past. The page of wand is going towards the future, which means this is the new leadership position. This is the new leader. Right? This has always been my card for a new leader. Right? New opportunity, new progress, going forward. The Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, excuse me, I don't even know how they got that wrong. But the Ace of Cups is going towards the past. Something in terms of plentiful, in terms of evidence possibly, it's in the past context. Now, what's in the past context here? We have the High Priestess card, which is the Joe Biden card. Joe Biden versus Trump, the Devil card. And that's exactly what it was. It could be hinted about the 2024 election, but also the 2020 election and what happened during that election cycle. So possibly it's saying, maybe he got away with what happened in 2020, but maybe he didn't get away with what happened in 2024, if that makes any sense. Because here we have is in the future card we have the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands, a lot of you guys who have been with me for a while, you know that this card represents election night. Watching the election night unfold, right? Watching it go. And here we have the Five of Cups reversed. This is a lost card. It's not all hope is lost. Right? Not hope is all lost. And here we have the Lovers card. So if anything was to happen, it will take place after the Biden-Harris administration is gone. So if anything was to be pursued, it will be pursued because of the 2024 election, not because of the 2020. The 2020 is long and gone. That's done. It's over with. It's like the 2016 election. It happened. It was there. People knew about it. Nothing was done about it. Same thing with 2020. Now it's 2024's turn. Will it suffer the same fate? Probably not, because it's third time to charm, hopefully. But essentially there's no pushback, which tells me, in hindsight, it takes place after his term ends, whenever that is, right? For a while, we got that his term is going to be a very short one. It's not going to be as long as Biden. It's definitely going to be a short term. It's not going to be a full 4-year term, likely. But we'll see what happens. But it does feel like this is revolving around the 2024 election going in the future. The 2020 election is long and gone. He can't be prosecuted for that anymore. I think the SASHA limit, whatever it is over. It feels like it's over. The cards are saying that it's over. I don't know if there's a limit on it or anything like that, but yeah, what's the next card after the pushback with the Ace of Wands reverse? And this is the impeachment. This is the leadership card. Investigation. No. So as of right now, did Trump get away with it during his term? In hindsight, yes. But it feels like something is brewing that is leading us towards understanding what took place in the 2024 election. A lot of you guys have lost a lot of hope, a lot of faith in this country. And that makes a lot of sense. A lot of you guys have also lost a lot of faith in tarot cards, psychic reading, what's it called, the spiritual community in itself. I told you guys all this a long, long time ago that there was going to be the witch trial that comes. And there was going to be some sort of persecution in some way. It's not immune to what happened. I mean, this was always written in the stars, right? Spirituality, as we start to get into later in this year, and probably say March and onward, you're going to start to see spirituality being questioned. For the longest time, we had from 2011 all the way to 2024 being what's considered the golden age of spirituality. So a lot of people move right into crystals, tarot cards, all those things. Anything spiritual, they moved into that and moved away from religion. And now you're going to start to see people moving towards religion and away from spirituality. It's going to be a complete diversion than what we already are familiar with in hindsight. So yeah, I do think that that is in the stars. It is in the stars. When you look at astrology and the planets that are in play, it indicates a struggle of spirituality. It's those who stay who will understand the struggle and during this time. But remember, like I said, a lot of those people, a lot of tarot card readers, psychics, they're all going to leave the YouTube platform. They're going to leave, but they will come back when a new era has come, when a new era has called for them to come back. They won't be gone, but they will come back eventually. Like I said, for me, I plan to stay. At least I hope that is something that still happened. Knock on wood. Alright, so let's go. Let's do a next question. So now that we covered that he got away with it, he doesn't look like he's gonna have anything happen to him during his term, but energy starts to revolve around the 2024 election. He kind of misses his window for the 2020 election. Spirits and angels tell me, will Trump has gotten away with it once he is no longer president? That's a lot of cards. That's a lot of cards. Okay, we're not taking that. And all of that just came out and it just looks like garbage. And when I say that, I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean that it just looked like diarrhea in the mouth. They were just saying whatever they wanted to say, not because of what we need to say. So we're gonna shuffle it and hopefully better cards come out. That's actually legitimate. And how did I know that? How did I determine that? Many cards came out in one shuffle. They didn't even let me finish that in the question. So spiritual angels tell me, will Trump have gotten away with this once he is no longer considered the president? Will Trump have gotten away with it once he is no longer considered the president of the United States anymore? Whatever that is. I feel if he was, it would be after he died. He dies. Yeah, he dies. Too late. He gets away with it. The motherfucker died. Alright, so, oh god. So here we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is reversed here. It tells me when he leaves position to power, he is gone. I asked the question, will he get away with it once he's no longer president? Here we have the High Priestess card. This is the DOJ, and the DOJ in some capacity, in some form, needs to pursue this willingly and effectively. I'm not so confident in this card that that will be done. I'm not very confident in that. And the reason why that is, and I feel, is because a lot of the good cards are actually reversed as I was putting these down. This falls above him. Then now there's a possibility that justice will be served through the High Priestess, through the aim of the law. The law will hold him accountable. And that is entirely essence. That could be exactly what that is. That the law reigns against him. But here is the other perspective that we must take into consideration, right? This is the first interpretation. But when you start to look at the bigger picture and look at the bigger dynamic, we start to understand the energies and the frequencies. Although this is true, but how do we get there? That's the thing. Well, first we have the Lover's card reverse. The Lover's card is that unison between two different groups of people from all different types of background and understanding. This is the Lover's card reverse. The Lover's card is representing the background, and that is reversed. It's being reversed by pushback. Right? The pushback. There's something revolving around a possible pushback behind the scene, revolving around a background, maybe a background check, maybe they're going behind the scene, maybe they're trying to get through behind the computer network and how it was done. Here we have the Ace of Wands. Oh, you know what? I'm getting there is going to be a change in the voting systems in general. It doesn't matter because the voting system machines are going to be shifted into a new era, a new age of technology, and therefore the equipment they use now in 2024 won't be the same equipment we use in 2028. So maybe they get rid of it, they do a complete overhaul, and the evidence that they need might be missing entirely. Let's keep talking. So here we have the victory, which is the Six of Wands here. Despite all this, and this Ace of Wands here being reversed, which is normally my investigative card, but then the Yes card comes after. Yeah, in essence, it has to be ignited. It needs to be something that needs to be willingly taken upon. It can't just be something that has to be, someone does something and the investigation starts almost immediately. It has to be pursued. It has to be envisioned. It has to be sought after. It can't just pop out of nowhere. Here we have the Magician card, wielding the truth, wielding your power effectively and immensely to be able to create the change that you choose to seek. Using it. And it's also talking about precedent. Just say Donald Trump does die around this time. The idea and the concept around it is that do we hold a man who is clearly guilty accountable for his actions beyond death, or did he truly get away with it beyond the veil of death? That is something that a lot of humanity, and especially all Americans, will have to contend with, is whether or not a man is considered guilty in the eyes of the law, regardless of whether he or she is dead. And I think that's going to be very important. That is going to be a moral compass, a more understanding, a dynamic that we're going to start to see play out in the United States. It's understanding death and immortality. Trump is not going to outlive the opportunity to be immortal. He's not. That's just not in his faith. But immortality could be a punishment. Just say we were to somehow achieve this, and Donald Trump was to be convicted, he could live forever under the notion that he himself could be convicted. But again, Trump alive is worth more dangerous than he is dead because he can create more change when he's alive than he can when he's dead. But he is just like Hitler in another notion, right? He will be an inspiration even to the darkest of all the minds. Right? This is not a fight that will be over once he dies. This will be a continuous fight. Trump made a name for himself in the books. He did, and there's no it's the best about it. We can all come to that agreement. He had made himself a name, whether we like it or not. Now, going back to the thing here, we have again it further amplified that he is no longer in a position of power. But it looks to me that even though the magician is upright, the emperor is down, or the incumbent, or the president is down. I don't know if that necessarily means being buried down, or that might just be that he is down and the investigator, finally get a chance to strike him. With the chance to get him. Here we have the Ace of Cups reversed. And Ace of Cups means like kind of like walking away from something. It's not walking away. It's going back in a different direction. Right? The whole moral of the question is the moral of the story is, well, will they get him after he's president? Right? It's going back to the past. It's saying that no, necessarily if the investigators want to get him on the 2024 election, they don't need to wait for him to leave. They can just go and do it now if they wanted to, because the wheel of fortune can be reversed. The wheel of fortune can be reversed in some way if they choose to seek it. If they choose to seek this route, the opportunity in our timelines could shift. But they have to seek it, and they have to understand that holding somebody accountable shouldn't rely on the sole basis of holding them accountable after they leave office, but holding the president accountable regardless of whether he or she is in power, regardless if they are or not. And here we have the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups upright means opportunity. Whether or not you're going to choose to seek the investigation, whether you're going to choose to seek to investigate. That is why this card comes here in almost the same exact order, because it comes in at number 3. Right? This card comes in at number 3. This is an investigative card. This is the opportunity to investigate. Right? The opportunity to investigate. Here we have the final card here. And the Magician card upright, which is ironic because they're both yellow. This is the 4 of Wands. This is like the White House card. right? It's reversed. This is also the U.S. Capitol, and it's also reversed. So the Magician card means presenting the evidence to them, but in a way and in a manner in which they cannot stipulate it, is what I'm hearing. The word stipulate, like, cannot discredit it, is really the word that we're looking for. In a way in which they themselves cannot discredit the finding in which they find. That is what I'm getting. What is the bottom of the card here? We have the Tower card. The Tower card with a new leader. So this is a Tower card moment that has not yet happened. And here is the decision. The decision has been made. And what is that decision? We have the Hangman. The Hangman reverse. I don't think at this point in time there is consciousness level that will be reigning because this is the Republican here. So I feel like justice has failed. Justice has failed, but not for long. It failed until men and women realize that someone can still be held accountable regardless if they hold a position of power or not. That's really what it comes down to, is the justice system holding people accountable for their actions regardless of what position of power they hold. And if you have not watched my other video about love, happiness, and choosing you, I'm going to go ahead and watch it because it talks about how the dismantling of everything and how the LA fire signified a greater thing happened to the United States and the United States being engulfed in flames. I highly recommend you go and watch it because it's very important, because in order for you to understand the dynamics in which is at play for the world and even politicians, you need to be able to see things from a different perspective, from a different light, and that the DOJ system, the Justice Department, all those systems, they need to crash, and Donald Trump will help crash them. And that the only way to get rid of the corruption is to basically destroy the system in which they thrive in. That's the only way. And I think that that is very important. And I think that that is the only really real direction. If anything was to be happening, anything was to get done, it needs to be immensely destroyed in order for major changes to happen. Because at this point, you're waiting for a change to happen and you're never going to happen. So, there's that. Um, so now that we ask that whether or not he got away with it, we're not going to ask, um, what to call it, will he be removed? That's a whole other question. Okay, so Spirits and Angels tell me, will Donald Trump be removed from office as President of the United States? Will he be removed as President of the United States? Yeah, we have the Emperor card reversed, which is the Trump card. We have here opportunity coming towards him, so someone coming to attack him. And this is the Knight of Swords, followed by the Temperance, which is the Health card. And here's the incumbency. So it feels like to me he's going to have a health crisis, and someone's going to come towards him and attack him. So I wonder if this has to do with like the 25th Amendment, so I'm trying to remove him via cabinet, and they're trying to get him to be ousted. However, in the future card, he still is president regardless. So yeah, there could be attempts to remove him via health and health reasons only. This also could be referring to someone actually hurting him, but he's still in the hospital and healed. And here is the King of Swords, and hold on to power. Yeah, he holds on to power. So yeah, no, when I asked whether or not he's going to be removed from office as president, it's just saying that in particular. Let's take a look and see. Okay, we get all that. Let's ask the card. Does Donald Trump seal the 2024 presidential election? Okay, you have the Page Queen of Pentacles upright. You have a Sun card, which is a yes card. With the Strength card, yeah. He did, yeah. Again, everything in this video is just for life purposes only and for entertainment purposes only. You have the Queen of Pentacles, which is upright. The Queen of Pentacles holding on, looking at what you wanted, your little baby. You wanted to become president, you became the baby came right out after that woman held the pentacle. And here's the Strength card. So, further clarify. Now, with that being said, and the card saying what it did say, and look at the bottom deck, it's the election card. Okay, so with that being said, let's go and take a look and ask the cards now. Will anything be done about it? Will anything be done about what we just talked about right now? Will anything be done about it? We have the Queen of Wands. This is the House card here. This is the spirituality card. I'm hearing liberty, liberty, liberty. That's been a word that's been ongoing for a while now. Don't know why, but here we have the King, the Knight of Wands reverse, with the Seven of Swords reverse, with the Chariot card reverse, with the presidency going towards the presidency. We have the Balance reverse, and something gets found. Evidence is shown. The King of Cups. So we still have opportunities here. Remember, I always said this to you guys before that Trump was always going to be inaugurated. I always told you this. He was always going to be inaugurated. And I mean, well, let me backtrack that. I always had a young male was going to be president. But Trump is not a young male. It would be sad if that's how Spirit saw him. But what do they call it? I always said that there was going to be a male that gets inaugurated on January 20th, without a doubt. But particularly, it was going to be a young male. But there's that. But I always never not said that Trump won't ever be inaugurated. I said that he won't at some point, but I won't ever said ever. And that is important because I said that they had to get inaugurated, the Republican. I always said the Republican always had to get inaugurated first for anything to really happen after. Harris does not become president on Inauguration Day. I entertained the idea because a lot of you guys were saying, oh, this is what other second and tarot card readers were saying. But time and time again, I always said personally, I felt like it happened after Inauguration Day. Something had to take place after Inauguration Day. We have to get through the Inauguration Day first for something to happen, something big to happen. If it chooses to manifest itself. But the Republicans need to be sworn in on January 20th or 21st. That's the latest they can get sworn in because that's a delay. If there was a delay, it will happen on the 21st. But in hindsight, and I'm saying this is hindsight here, that what is taking place within the United States is going to be interesting because I'm actually seeing, okay. I'm seeing a dynamic here because you know how I said it could be the 21st. There could be interesting play here where while Biden's term ends via the Constitution on January 20th, 2025. But remember how I said that there was a storm that was brewing back in January 7th, and it was brewing, and it's going to be like a weather event, and it causes something to happen to Inauguration Day being delayed. If that happens, there's a very small possibility that on Inauguration Day, Harris assumed the role of the president. Because in hindsight, the president term, Biden, ends at noon, which means Harris will have to take over as the interim president until Trump or Vance take over on the 21st. So that could be how and why a lot of tarot card readers kept saying that Harris was president and then Trump. So that is an option too. I just got that in my head now. That was just something that I saw. I don't know why we never saw that as a possibility before, but that still is a possibility. But again, I'm not giving you false hope, and don't get false hope here. Hope only resides in you, only you. No, that's not something someone can give you, or even someone can take away from you. But what I am saying is that it always started after Inauguration Day. I always did. But the Republicans always had to get inaugurated first. Always. I'm sorry that I had to tell you that. And yes, I did entertain it, but I still maintain that because I believe what my cards were saying in November. So I'll leave that with you. But going back to what it's saying here, because we're asking, well, can anything be done about it? I think that's the question I asked. Can anything be done about it? Well, essentially, yeah, it could be. The first card that came out was we had the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is the Harris card, right? The Harris card here. This is, you can't get anything better than that. That's the Harris card right there. That's comes right up. Right? This is a strong woman, but this also is talking about a woman investigator. So whoever picked up this case, it's going to be a woman investigator. Right here we have the thievery gone, and that's in the past. right? The past, the thief gone, and we have the Knight of Wands gone. Even though the thief is running back to try to take back power, the thief is gone from power in some way. Here we have the ballast reversed, which is the ballast were reversed but then found, and a new leader has been chosen amidst the chaos. Amidst the chaos. This is the Biden card, but this is no longer the Biden card. This is the card that now represents Akeem Jeffries or the Democrats. Under the Queen of Wands here, we have the Chariot card. The Chariot card means going towards the presidency. This is reversed, which tells me not heading towards the presidency. Because again, like we talked about before, this needs to take effect. This hasn't taken effect yet. It hasn't even happened. It has not happened. And here is the Page of Cups and the Page of Cups reverse. We'll see what happens. I think, because I talked about you guys with my other videos, if you guys want me to reveal a video, if you wanted to, a lot of you guys have not really said you wanted to, that's okay. I had a video, I recorded a couple videos, I haven't really released them, if any at all, because I just felt like the dynamic kept shifting and changing and changing and changing, so I just didn't post it and upload it. Tonight, we just saw right this very second, it had changed again. So, although we're heading upon the very midst of Inauguration Day, and it looks to you guys like the future is very slim and it's getting slimmer and slimmer by the day. And I'm not giving you false hope, but I am saying that there is a slim possibility that an investigator was to pursue the route and it would be very strident and very strong and very determined. It cannot be swayed the way Merrick Garland was swayed, and I'm sure Merrick Garland was swayed by money, because if he wanted to be a Supreme Court justice, we all know how that happened. But if anything was to be done, it has to be done by a woman, particularly a black lawyer, right? I'm also seeing Latino, so maybe a black Latino lawyer, maybe a combination of the two. And then I think some of you guys are going to say Fonnie Willis. It could be Fonnie Willis, but it's most likely somebody else. I feel like someone who is, and I don't mean this in the wrong way at all, but I'm seeing like the figure, the body, who they are, they're skinnier. They're skinnier, they're a lot taller, they're actually slender. It's probably the appropriate word to use. They're slender and tall. Very young. Not young, she's pretty, I would probably say pretty. So that's what I would probably say. But if they were to pursue the route and were to do this and they were very determined, she might just pull it off. She might pull it off. But we'll see. Again, it also relies on Harris. Like I said, there's free choice of will there. There was free choice of will in Biden. Biden didn't do anything. In previous videos, I kept seeing Biden had to do something. Biden had to do something. Biden never did anything. And it showed up in the cards. He never did anything. Biden's choice was to just sit back and do nothing. Which is ironic from a guy who knows that the oligarchy is coming to power, but he chooses to sit by and do nothing. That's what bothers me. That you are so willing to initiate the peaceful transfer of power that you peacefully handed the country over to an oligarchy that the country, the people, didn't even want. The people couldn't have, but you handed it over. And I think all of us can agree that if any evidence were to come out that Biden knew this and did this, regardless if he was protecting the nation or not, I think all of us would feel very betrayed by Biden. Because Biden, in essence, handed over a nation that could have been protected, but he handed the nation over. And Harris, in hindsight, well, we'll see what happens, we'll see what her thoughts are. But I think Biden, if this was to come out, Biden would be just as guilty, if not worse, because he knew. But didn't do anything. But if he did something, then that's entirely different. But if he didn't do anything, or chose to do nothing in the name of peace, then there was never peace to begin with. That's all I have to say. And I think all of us can come to an agreement when I look at the energy during Carter's funeral. Harris and Joe Biden were fighting. I think Joe Biden's very petty because when you look at a lot of the issues that she gets in, issues where she gets issues with Michelle Obama, she gets in issues with probably Vice President Harris. I mean, really, I mean, honestly, just taking out a body language standpoint, they were definitely fighting over something. And I feel like when I'm feeling the energy, it feels like something more political. There was some sort of disagreement on how things should be run or certain things should be handled. And there was some sort of disagreement between Joe Biden and, not Joe Biden, Joe Biden and Harris regarding their respective husbands. But I feel like Doug is kind of chill, very relaxed, doesn't really intervene in anything. But it's really Jill who really played the big role here. And well, she protects Biden, and Biden didn't really say anything to her, which tells me that there was something off with the relationship between Harris and Biden. That could be why Biden was a little spiteful. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Eventually, time will unfold. Right? You can't hide anything from time because time will reveal it in all due time. Alright, guys. This is all that I get right now. This is what I'm getting. Is there anything else we need to cover, Spirit? Thank you. Alright. I love you guys. I know this is probably not what you wanted to hear, but you need to hear. I love you. Have a good day. And I'll see you all in the next video. Until next time, peace out. I love you. Don't lose hope. Regardless of what this video is saying, just don't lose hope. Okay? Hold on to your hope because you yourself have hope. Okay? You yourself can only have your own hope. Don't let anyone else take it because hope resides in you, not in others. And once you realize that, you'll realize that you can and always will remain happy. Please do so because you deserve to be happy. I love you.